Hello, everyone. This is Aurora with Supercharged Science, and this is a special introductory class for my online science program. So, what we do with all of our students is the first thing you're gonna do is go to live classes. Everybody goes to live classes. So, what we do is we go up here. You see where it says live classes? So, you go to live classes, and this is where the fun really starts. It's super easy this way. So, live classes, and these are live classes and recordings, but that's too long to put up here. So, it just says live classes. And so, what you do is you go down here, and they're bunched by topics. And so, here, I'll tell you what that stuff at the top is in a minute. So, suppose you're studying physics of motion, then you're going to start here. Or if you're going to study light, then you're going to start here. Or if you're going to study magnetism, then you're going to start here. So, you pick one. Or if you're in chemistry. So, suppose we'll go into electricity and magnetism. This is where all of the classes are that I actually teach personally. And all of these have one science concept in each of the videos. So you watch this, you'll see me on video demonstrating stuff, talking about it, one science concept, and we're talking about electricity and circuits here. And then at the end of this presentation, that's my husband there, he comes down sometimes and helps teach. And at the end of the presentation, I will actually show you where on the website you will click to do the experiments that go with this science concept. So it's concept based. So you'll just go through one of the topics, and there are hundreds. There's, I think, almost 300 or 400 of these videos. So you're going to go to live classes, and then you'll just find the topic that you're interested in. Okay, does that make sense? And then if you, then you can go back and then just find the fourth grade experiments, or then you can go under topics and just find the experiments that you want to do. But all of the concepts and the lecture based and all the fundamental principles, those are all taught live. And that's what I spend my time teaching. And yes, I will be doing it again in fall. So how do we plan this without it feeling really disjointed? How do we make it so the kids do their work on their own so you don't have to do anything? Let me show you how to start planning this out. If you were to follow the schedule with me as I have it planned out, you're going to plan on doing science 2 to 3 times a week, and your kids will do it for 30 minutes to 1 hour per session. Now, if you only plan on doing science once per week, no problem. Just pick and choose the ones you want to do. You don't have to sign. I'm not going to come around and police you on this. This is a program that's for you. If you only want to do it once a week or once every 2 weeks, that's fine. If you want to do it every day, that's fine too. We've got plenty of content. Okay, so the first step, you can see here, download your planner. Okay, so let's do that. So you will download your planner. This is for you. It helps you as a parent prepare for the upcoming year, and it'll tell you the format that the classes are going to take. There's a teaching schedule in here as well, and it also has the material list for the year. And so you can go through this, and you can actually see hints on how to keep a scientific journal, which I've done here, hints on how to use the website. So it's kind of an like a all-in-one sort of a packet that you can download. Okay, so that's the planner, and that will help you plan things out. The syllabus, I've extracted the syllabus, and you can actually just download the syllabus itself here. And it opened on the wrong window, sorry. Here, I'll open this up. And this is what I taught this year. This is exactly what we did. Because our students are worldwide, most of our students, only I think less than 3% of our students will participate in the live classes. Most of them will do the recordings because, it's like 2:00 in the morning, or it's just dinner time for somebody. So those recordings are available, and let me show you where they are. So here they are. And so this is starting in August. These are all so each time you click on this, you'll be taken to a different section of the website that will have all of the recordings. So we did, for example, September is when we officially started. I did a little extra for folks wanting to start in August, but we officially start in September. And all you do is you go to the right day and time, and you can either join me live or you can just watch the recordings. And so here's me demonstrating what we're going to be talking about, and then also the experiments we're going to do. And throughout the week, almost each week, we have a challenge, because it's not enough just to stare at something and say, entertain me. We want the kids building stuff. And so we actually have design challenges, and we did them this year. They were a huge hit. We're going to continue them next year. So last year, for example, week 1, we had a hovercraft challenge, and the students built different hovercraft, and they were really simple, made out of an old CD, a balloon, and a cup. And other kids got fancy. They made they made ones with propellers and so forth. And one kid even made one with a leaf blower. So we have design challenges. So the next week, we're now starting to talk about a different concept in physics. And we have another challenge. We had the egg drop challenge. So really simple stuff. We had straws, string, an egg. You use what you have available. So you don't have to buy a lot of weird stuff. Okay. And then we talked about more physics. And then the next thing the kids are doing is now they're building catapults. Some kids made these out of popsicle sticks, out of toothpicks, chopsticks, plastic spoons. And so they had a catapult challenge. So you can see how this goes. And the next week, they actually built their own speakers out of index cards and business cards and a magnet. So we are delivering the content, kids are doing their experiments, and then there's a design challenge that they can choose to do as much of this as they want. If they don't want to do the design challenge, they don't have to. So a lot of this is just available to them. And most of the program uses everyday materials. So let's talk about the materials, because that's also a question that comes up a lot. So for example, the materials list will be in the planner, and it will also be available on the website. So for example, let's say we're in October and we're doing the physics of light. You will download the shopping list for Physics of Light. You can actually see it here, and I'll bring it over to you. Okay. And I don't know if you can see this, but you'll see the materials. And if there's an oddball thing, you can actually click on the link and it'll take you to a place where you can buy it. And if you see a star after that, that means that we're using this in more than just this month. So how it usually works is in the beginning, you'll get a shoebox and you'll start to put some materials in. And the next month, you'll see like half the materials are the same stuff we just used. And so you'll just add a few more things. And the next month, a few more things. And the next month, a few more things. So you're just adding to it slowly as you go. Now you can get the whole year's worth of materials if you want, but I actually like to show kids that, there isn't this endless supply of stuff. And I want them to be resourceful and use what they have. So if we're using plastic grocery bags and they don't have one, but they found this really cool tarp that in the garage nobody wants and that works just fine, then use that. So don't worry about the materials like not working out. I prefer for the kids to watch the experiment first and then use what they've got, kind of make modifications, because that's what real engineering is all about. It's about using what you have. So don't worry about not having the perfect kit. There's no such thing. So I will demo what we're going after. And there's also many, many different projects. So let me show you that as well. So there is a experiment list. So we have the materials for the experiments that are on this list. And then you can click on it and you can see the experiments are listed here. And so there are different experiments. Now there are a lot of experiments. This is just for 1 week right in here, week 1, or the week that we're currently in for light and lasers. And so you can pick and choose the weeks the experiments that you have stuff for based on what you have. So does that help take the pressure off? Whew. So first of all, you don't have to answer their questions. I stay on and answer questions. I stay on email. I answer questions personally. I do about 90% of the emails myself. So even if you're watching the recording, just email in your question and you'll get those answered. So you're now off the hot seat for questions for lesson prep. Every time you do science, I've already done the lesson. It's already up and available to you. And you can pick and choose what projects you want to do. I've already come up with all the projects and the materials list. And the kids usually have a fun time trying to run around the house trying to figure out what they can use. So it's a win-win for everybody. So you don't have to worry about it. And it is a high quality education. There are no ridiculous cartoon animations, no silly problems where it's 63 watermelons fall off of a truck going 65 miles an hour. We don't do problems like that. So we are doing real data, when we're taking real data from real experiments, because that's what we want. We have questions, we're designing an experiment, and we're doing it. We're taking data and finding a conclusion. That's what science is at the heart. And that's what we are focused on. And that's why we do design challenges every week, because those labs are simplified versions of what's required at the university level. Okay, so what's it like? Suppose you've got a student, you're like, I want to do supercharged science. What's my day look like? I send out emails every Sunday and it'll say, hey, for this month, we are doing these topics and we are going to be at this Zoom link and these are the class times. So you write them down in your calendar. And so when you get to one of those days, you click on the Zoom link and you will be able to see me teaching, and then I'll be sharing my slides or doing an experiment or a demonstration or whatever is most appropriate for what we're doing for the topic for the day. And we'll be together for about 20 minutes and I will be presenting information, and then we'll pause and I'll show you on the website where you go to find the experiments. And so then I would say, okay, now that we finished chemistry, let me show you where to click on the website. And I'll say, click on live classes, click on chemistry. And suppose we were in week 18, then I'll say, click on week 18 and it'll do that. And I'll say, okay, so today's video will be archived right here, and I'll show them where it is. And so then I'll say, okay, now click up here on the experiment list and we'll download this experiment list. Okay, you see it? All right, now we're in week 18. You see that? Okay, great. So which one would you like to do? And I'll talk a little bit about them. We could do this one. Oh, remember when I talked about in class about how you could heat something up in order for it to freeze? Okay, that's this experiment here. And oh, if you happen to have a battery, then definitely try the electrolysis. It'll teach you about hydrogen and oxygen. So anyway, so I'll go through and we'll click through, and I'll click on a few of them and say, okay, so remember when we talked about the dinosaur toothpaste? Okay, now you can actually do that experiment. Here's what you need. Oh, by the way, make sure you watch out for ABC. If it doesn't work out, then definitely try adding more soap, something like that. And I'll say, okay, and now if you have questions, stay on with me, ask me your questions. Otherwise, go do your experiments. And then the kids are off and running. So this is different than just getting an education on YouTube, for example, where they can just sit and passively and watch lots of videos. And by the end of the day, actually the end of the month, they won't even be able to tell you half of what they've watched. It's usually down near 95%. They just forget about it. So that's not time well spent. So instead, these kids will be able to come around and say, oh, you know what? I built that hovercraft. And let me tell you, because I built it my first 3 times and it spun around in circles. And it wasn't until I finally figured out I needed a rudder that thing went straight, because the forces did this and the air did that. Now they've got that learning internalized, and they get to keep that for a lifetime. And that's what we're about. That's why we're different. Our videos are not flashy. They aren't whiz bang. They are not, it's just like me coming into your home with an armload of really cool equipment. And then you and me and your kids just get to play. And that's really what it's like. So, and we're one great big family, and it's a really fun feeling, and everybody is very encouraging of each other. And in fact, the design challenges are posted on Facebook. And so every week you can go get inspired. Your students can look through and see what other students are doing. They'll have little presentations of themselves. We just finished our science fair, so there's a whole bunch of videos just on the kids presenting their science fair projects, which is super cool. You should check those out if you haven't. And that's the true testament to the kind of education these kids are getting. So that's what we're really all about, and we're really excited to be able to bring that to you.